Yo everyone, Wagwan, Sanjuchi here, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be talking about episode 137 of the Boruto anime, the first episode after the end of the Boyhood arc. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I hope everyone's having a great holiday season. Of course, shoutouts to the new subscribers, I'm almost at 400, so let's see if we can meet that that benchmark or that target before 2019 fully evaporates. But anyway, getting into this episode now. Honestly, I think the major concern that most of us had getting into this episode was the fact that, or at least if not for the announcement of them adapting the Mojina Bandits arc in January, continuing the manga storyline, the major concern getting into this episode, I feel for a lot of Boruto fans, was that the anime would be going back to the whole slice of life, the whole feeling of the anime not going anywhere. But surprisingly for this episode, it was okay for the most part. It did have that slice of life feeling, but more so than that, I think coming off the episode, I felt more regret, or how would I want to say disappointment. It's basically this. Looking back on the Naruto franchise, the story could have been so much more dynamic with the inclusion, or if they had made better use of certain elements. And the element that's on display that's in question for this episode is the use of the samurais in the Boruto series, which, well, who weren't really introduced until the latter half of Naruto Shippuden. And yeah, it's a shame, honestly, because even though this episode was okay, I was looking at it from the perspective that, yo, if samurais were really and truly, if that faction was introduced like way earlier on, the story could have been so much more dynamic. But getting back, I'll get back to that point later. This episode specifically features Team 15 with Wasabi and I even forgot the other girl's name. Basically, since Sumeri, who, based on the manga, is going to the scientific ninja research department to continue her journey, her ninja journey, or at least her attempts to synchronize more with New, they need a replacement for Team 15. So this episode really and truly centers around a samurai called Tsubaki, who we apparently learn is the last pupil of Mifune. So that was an interesting lore drop. Yeah, she's been, it's been decided by Naruto to have her, well, come in from the land of iron to take the place in Team 15. So as even Shikamaru points out, that's a really crazy dynamic, or combination, samurais and ninjas and a ninja squad. That's kind of wild, honestly. So yeah, there's that, and I thought it was wild as well. The episode basically features Tsubaki being introduced to the various members of the new generation, and her whole problem is that she doesn't feel ninjas are worthy, or they don't have any conviction. And the episode centers around a conflict where criminals that Hanabi's tracking down from the bingo book, they basically serve as Team 15's way to prove that ninjas have conviction to Tsubaki. So that's your episode in a nutshell. We have some arguments here and there between Tsubaki and the various members of the new generation, while we have the whole underlying plot of the episode with throwing a party or farewell party for Sumeri. So there's that. That's the episode in a nutshell, essentially. And we have a little fight at the end. Of course, I'd say the best part of the episode was when Tsubaki used their secret sword technique, snowstorm slash. I believe that was it. And it looked pretty cool, if you ask me. So yeah, the episode for the most part was okay. It was nothing to really write home about. Honestly, watching this episode as a fan of Naruto and Boruto, you feel it's like you're not really focused on the episode itself. You're focused on what the series could have been if samurai were included. So that was literally me for this episode. So there's nothing too crazy to dissect. And honestly, it was kind of giving me like kind of like a Bleach vibe, when they were kind of describing the samurai that, yo, they only use chakra and concentrated on their swords. So yo, I'm just thinking, yo, the Naruto series had so much potential, like, and I said it when Naruto was ending. Well, I didn't really do videos this seriously when Naruto was ending, but the point is, I was saying that Naruto didn't have to end yet. There was so much more they could have done. Well, Kishimoto could have done, but all good things have to come to an end, and of course he still has his whole life to live and other projects to move on to, which he did, Samurai 8. which I'm really need to get back into. But yeah, for the most part, it was an okay episode. There's not much to say really. Uh, most of the serious developments won't be happening until January with the Mojina Bandits arc. But for what it's worth, it was an okay episode. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the whole missed opportunities with the samurai. I'm interested to seeing if they would include Tsubaki in the manga later on, because honestly, a lot of these characters still haven't made an appearance in the manga. And the more we go along, and even based on the recent news for the Mojina Bandits arc, it does seem like I'm kind of getting this Dragon Ball Super kind of vibe from kinda from the Boruto franchise, where I feel like the anime is gonna be like drastically different from the manga going forward. To a degree, probably not as bad as the old Dragon Ball Super setup, but you know, that's just it really. Anyway, I know it's probably, let me know what you think about the episode if you watched it. It's meh really. So yeah, Sandra Cherry, come subscribe. As I said, shout out to the new subs. Let me know what you thought about the episode if you watched it, if I could have done a better job at this little review here as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.